Today we have a bit of a different episode. It's dog food time. What does that mean? Well, in software development, it's known as using your own software to find bugs and flaws in the system while trying to accomplish goals. Why do they call it dog food in your software? I don't know. It's kind of gross term now that I think about it a little bit more, but oh well, let's get to it. Continuing on, we are adding in a scheduler here for the smart post. So we got our smart post here. We got our scheduling date here. So this will enable us to actually be more specific on when we want our posts to go live instead of just kind of relying on hard-coded logic for that. So we may add in some combo boxes for the 10 a.m., 3 p.m. thing. I'm kind of waffling on that, but I kind of want to test this first before we expand that functionality. That, and also we're going to add in a thumbnail file drop or a file selector. I'm working with the assistant on that right now. So I'm going to put that change in. So we're just going to be changing, instead of a URL, just kind of having it reference a file that we already have uploaded. Okay, so the custom thumbnail field is here, and it brings up another pop-up where I should select an image from my pre-existing media that I've uploaded. I've not uploaded a thumbnail, obviously, as you can see. So I will test that out in a bit. Instead, I'm going to jump over to Smart Post, and I'm going to select tomorrow. I don't like this time thing, so I probably am going to change that, but I just want to test this for right now to see how this works. Select TikTok. The caption, that should not be here because we're going to create that ourselves from our kind of auto posting tech that we have here. So privacy public, hashtags, let's just do AI, tech, sure. And we can save these settings and we can do TikTok. So now we have a preset and load it. And I mean, you could have a caption on there. Maybe it probably just gets overwritten by whatever we plop here. So let's give this a try. Plop a video on here. I have not tested this off camera. No idea how this is going to go, but we do know that this tech does work. So we've done this on YouTube, so we do know that the smart post does work. And what the smart post is, again, is you just drop a clip on there and it will come up with a transcription. It will then send that to ChatGPT, and then it'll come up with a title and description, and it will schedule it and post it for you. So basically you just drop a video on there and it just takes care of it for you, which is awesome. So that's something that I wanted, because I want to be able to drop 10, 20, 30 clips on there and it just takes care of it for me, of all the scheduling, uploading, title, description, all of that. As somebody who just dealt with a whole bunch of social media, that would save me so much time. So I wanted to build a tool for that. And I didn't really find one out there on the market that did it well. So I'm going to build it here. Any of you guys who join my free school community can pick up the code. You can deploy this app yourself on Replit or somewhere else if you want to. It's just all code. And then you guys can fork it and expand it from there and do whatever needs you want to and features you want on top of it. So I hope you guys will check that out. The link is in the description or on my YouTube channel. Okay, so the smart post completed. Here is my homepage dashboard, and we can see it here on our upcoming scheduled posts. Go to our calendar. We can see it here as well. We can click on the entry too. I don't like it that the media is broken there, so I'll probably fix that at some point, where it just allows me to kind of preview the video that I uploaded, which it's kind of weird. It doesn't show up in my history of assets, so I'll have to check out Airshare about that. And if we go over to Airshare, I did not show this, but I've actually linked my Twitter, my TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn and YouTube I did before, but I need to update all these profile pictures. Well, this one should be updated. My LinkedIn picture's updated, so it's not pulling the latest picture. Anyways, I wanted to show that I've got all of these social media accounts linked up. My application syncs up with all that, and you can see that here on the left-hand side. So that's nothing new. That was just kind of pulling the profile and showing what accounts I have linked up. So that's why I'm able to post to TikTok from here. Oh, and the scheduled post is, as we saw on the application, is there, but just to check Airshare, because Airshare is actually doing the posting. If we go to the scheduled tab on Airshare, we can see that here. So here it's scheduled for TikTok. Awesome. I have not actually posted to TikTok, so maybe I should test that next and actually make sure that each platform does actually post, and you can kind of see these other kind of platforms highlighted here, so that's great. And I will also do a little test post to TikTok too and see if that works. So if we just do TikTok and we do test, I hope I can take all these down. Here, I'll just do my best video. I don't know. And I'll grab this video here that I already have. I'm going to use in post. Can allow these things, privacy. Actually, let's make it private. Let's just make sure it gets up there. And we'll do AI texture. That's fine. And if we do, and I could generate the caption here too. I don't really like it. That's caption. It should be post. So if we just do post now, posting. Great, so I'm over on my TikTok page. Okay, nothing there on the actual page itself right away. And if we refresh Airshare, even though it should just update. Okay, so here we've got that one up top. And then here's the other one that because this one's for tomorrow. So here is the one that we just did from the application. It does have it here. Said it posted it. Yeah, that would be now. This is UTC, so that's 6 hours. Got it. And if we go back to this page here, my TikTok, and there it is. Yes. I love that. I love this kind of stuff. So that's great. That is the video. That's super cool. I'll have to see about deleting that and making sure that doesn't go too public. But there we go. We've got our posts kind of set up here. So now I want to test more larger scale posts, more batching, and just kind of seeing what we can do. Okay, so I went back to TikTok and I made an initial video, so that's fun, just so that account is rocking and rolling and all set up. So back on the Smart Post page, I did add that time slot functionality that I talked about before. Really simple, click on the clock and add a time slot, so that's great, and it'll schedule it against that. Have not tested it yet, so we will do that here soon. And you can do multiple time slots, so if we had 3 clips, it would go to these 3 time slots, although it's not displaying AM and PM, so hopefully it knows which one it's supposed to display that or post that to. So I guess we'll test that out. Back at the assistant, that's where I did these changes. Very basic. I'm telling you guys straight up that there wasn't any errors and it wasn't tough to add in this functionality as long as it does work. But we'll be testing that here. Next, I'll be doing some additional posts to Twitter and Instagram to make sure those work. LinkedIn, TikTok, and YouTube have worked in the past, so I'm assuming they work, but we'll be doing some bigger batch posting with all 5 of these social medias at the same time, and we'll see if this all works. And I'll be posting a lot of clips all at once. So, hey guys, fingers crossed. This is where it really kind of comes down to it, where the rubber meets the road, and really kind of seeing how good this application is. Okay, so we got X and TikTok set up. So let's test out Instagram. Just have a reel type set here and a little caption, hashtags, first comment. Actually, I'll see if that even works. That's interesting. Selected the same video. We're going to hit post now. And as you guys saw before, just want for this to be done. And I'll show you that my account was linked up as you guys saw before. Is it grinding? Is it going? Is it going to do it? Okay, looks like it published successfully. Great. So if we go over to Airshare, we can see it here. It says Instagram. First time doing that, so I don't know if that's why it took a little bit longer this time. So going over to my profile, and we already got an error from there, but there we go. Great. We got our reel showing up. That's what we're looking for, because that's what I'm going to be doing primarily, is posting a lot of reels. So honestly, guys, I'm getting used to all the different social media forms. I'm much more used to LinkedIn, and I just have recently gotten used to uploading to YouTube. And it was because of all the titling and captioning and description, whatever, on YouTube that made me want to build this tool. So let's delete this post, even though I'm going to be making that post at some point. But now it's all clear here. That's great. So we have tested all the social networks that I'm currently interested in, and that's 5 of them. So now we're going to try doing some smart posting. So I'm going to try selecting a bunch of these and getting those videos uploaded and seeing if that flow works, and I'll come back with any sort of errors or reporting on that. So here we are on my Twitter page. I actually used the composer, not the smart post. We'll be doing the next. Did Twitter, added a video clip and just test post there, hit post now. And if we go over to my profile, you can see that the video is posted and is working. So that's great. It's over on Airshare as well. It was not scheduled. It's just a post that was put up there right away. So all posts, there's Twitter. Great. So that is all rolling and flowing and working. I'm going to delete this post, but really happy to see that this is working for Twitter. No issues at all. So that's wonderful. That, and my last tweets were back from 2014. So it's been forever since I've actually used this platform. Glad to get it fired up and get it actually working again. Who knows? I may even go through and just delete a bunch of old stuff. So the smart post worked, and we did post to all platforms, which is awesome. It has not gone out yet because I set it to 6 o'clock to my time. It's 5:22. Problem is we got an error on the Twitter post /X post. It was too many characters. So I'm going to delete this post. Let's see if that works. But all the other ones look great as far as I can tell here by just eyeballing it quick. We're going to hit delete, and we're going to delete from our calendar. Then we're going to go over to Airshare. And there is an error here. Sometimes Airshare can be really funny about the ones that are labeled as error. They don't delete properly. So let's see if it does. That does not look good. No, it doesn't look like it did. Second, no. Okay, that's weird. I don't know why that's not showing up under scheduled, but it's probably because it's an error. So, well, that's good to know. It should be still under scheduled, but it's not. So I can't delete this. Oh, it did delete. Okay. Maybe there's a problem with the deletion of doing a post that has multiple listings under here. Well, that'll probably be something I have to troubleshoot where it needs to delete it. Well, not individually. I guess it is all in one post. I don't know. I'll have to see what the deal is with that, about why it couldn't delete that. Let's check the logs here quick. No Airshare ID. Okay, it's probably not storing that in the database correctly, so that's something else I'll have to troubleshoot. Okay, we'll test this again. Got the ChatGPT Twitter character count fixed hopefully here, and also made a change with the assistant to hopefully store the Airshare ID correctly. We'll see if this works. Okay, so we're still having a problem with the OpenAI API with ChatGPT with Twitter to get it less than 280 characters. Have another prompt here that I'm sending in to the agent. I did see the change in the code, and it did look like the prompt was saying 280 or less characters. So I'm surprised this is happening. We're going to work through it again. Worst case, I'll have to look into the code. If I do, I'll let you guys know, and I can tell you if I had to do anything special with this or not. Okay, so the agent is done working on that. It claims it's being a little bit harder on the parameters for when it's prompting ChatGPT to have a better character limit. So I did a little test on the composer, selected Twitter, put in our usual video, and it did come back with 262 with the generate tweet. So I'm assuming that that's going to be the same code on Smart Post as well. So I will give that a try, and I'm going to do all 5 platforms again and see if we can get it without an error. So for whatever reason, I'm still having issues with the Twitter side. The AI thinks it's still doing everything right, and I am seeing it in the actual JSON output. I don't have one here to show because what I did was I actually went for the other platforms, unless it's all the way, okay, it's all the way up here, great. The actual Twitter post is here. So for some reason, Airshare is not seeing it right, or it's just not being structured correctly. So I'll have to troubleshoot this a little bit more, and it still thinks that there's an overage. So it's like this post text is not getting applied correctly. So even though it shows to me in the JSON that it is, which is up here, so this data that's being sent to Airshare should be making the post correctly, but it's not. So I'll have to troubleshoot that further, although I still wanted to get some posts personally up because I'm actually using this tool to put some of my posts live. So I have done that with just Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and YouTube. So now this post should be scheduled to go live on these 4 platforms, and I'll have to troubleshoot X/Twitter another time, and I will have to dig into why I'm having issues there, but I'm excited to see these posts go live here in about 6 minutes. That'll be cool. I'm actually going to use this tool right now to make some other posts and see how those go, especially with these adding time slots and seeing how that is. So this is just more of an episode of just kind of getting this tool to work and just troubleshooting some issues and actually using it. So it's kind of reaping the fruits of our labor here. So it's pretty cool. Okay, so the Smart Post did work for the 4 platforms, so that's great. I'll have to continue troubleshooting the Twitter problem. I think I've got some ideas about that. So here is my TikTok account. There's the video that I wanted to post. It is part 1 of my dual stick shooter series, the second series. So that's cool. And here it is on Instagram. and I have it here on LinkedIn as well. Here is YouTube. Here is the scheduled post on Airshare. So just to kind of prove that it wasn't just me doing it manually, here's the various platforms. And if we go back to Replit and we go to our calendar, it should have it displayed, and there it is. That's wonderful. So now I'm going to be actually using this tool to make all of my video posts. I'll come back with a Twitter fix hopefully here, but I just wanted to show you guys that I am actually actively using this tool. I'm very excited to use it. I'll be continuing to use it for the rest of this month in December of 2025 and beyond. So this is how I'm going to manage all of my social media here in the future. This isn't just smoke and mirrors and me just making up some software and tutorial. This is stuff I'm going to actively use, including the other things of the LinkedIn content generator. I'm going to expand that into an actual product, and that's in my other videos on my channel, and my dual stick shooter, which I'm going to actually publish that as a web game, and that'll be another future tutorial series coming up here. Well, I've already got 2 parts of it. I mean, actually publishing it. So you guys got to stay tuned for that one too. So I had to do a little bit more digging, and I looked into the Airshare API a little bit further, and namely the kind of general post section. And down here for multi-platform posts and media, it has this structure where it has kind of the posts in one object and then the platforms and media URL in another. So I have since told the agent about this that, hey, we kind of need to structure things like this with post and then the different platform. And what we had before was more like this. And this is some notes I took last night. So this was more of the structure was Twitter options, and then it said tweet, this tweet field, and then it defined it this way, but this isn't a valid object at all. So this isn't in the API. So I think that somehow the Replit agent was making this up, but this isn't a valid object, nor is it anything that Airshare is looking for. So that's why it was looking at the default post data and then saying, hey, this is over the character limit. So we're going to send this in. I'm going, I just basically say that this is the structure that we're looking for. And actually now I'm looking at this more. I need to put in here, I'm going to put in Twitter and then I'll send this in and I'll come back with the results. Okay, so that was the issue with the JSON structure not being correct. So I did have to dig that out of the documentation. So that was a little bit of, detective work and digging around and looking at errors. So that did take a little bit of my engineering knowledge just to kind of know how that JSON, just what the error was, and then looking up documentation and then knowing what the JSON structure should be and then relaying that back to the AI here in this prompt. So after that, then everything did work. You can see here I have some posts scheduled out with Twitter and also here on Thursday. So I actually dropped a couple videos onto the smart post and it did schedule them out properly, and I scheduled them out at 2 p.m. So this functionality is looking good. I may do a bit off camera and just kind of mess around a little bit, but I'll be working on some additional features in the next episode. That was great. We got a lot done, figured out, and now I have a tool I can actually get some work done for me quickly, and it's automated. The client is handling all of our logic and piecing together various systems, but I could see how N8N would do a much better job at this. That could be an upgrade in a future episode. Let me know what you think I should get up to next on Social Streamline, and be sure to jump into my free school community to get the code and make this project your own. I can't wait to see what you build with it.